Wathinta inamba awufake microphone hleli no subs plus I'm at home. Hey Poison, I'm here at home. We're just recording a podcast right now, you know. So don't mind me not replying quickly, ne? Sharp. Hey Poison, I'm here.
Oh, yes, and we are recording.
Okay, yeah.
Oh man, thanks for giving me a tour of the crib. And yes, welcome to part 2 as we continue, as we proceed to give what you need. So yeah, nah man, thanks for having me. And yo, the music is dope. So quick one. Where'd you get your inspiration from? I know that's kind of a cliche question and comes almost every time for producers, but like, yo, stylistically, where do you draw it from?
From my dreams, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I know we have a friend Subs, who I got on camera early on. He understands and he knows. Music for me is feeling so much that I'll tell you, I don't create unless I feel. Ne? But most of the tracks that I do, I dream of them. Like, I've been fortunate whereby, obviously now be in my studio room. In my house.
Yeah, dope.
Like literally, I'll be dreaming around 2 a.m. or whenever, and I can dream the whole song, even the vocals. You understand? And I'll just walk in here and I create. You know. So for me, the inspiration, if we were to take that aside, I'd say the inspiration comes from impilo yami.
Yeah.
And I think I'd say the
journey itself.
The journey itself. And maybe things that I'm trying to answer for myself.
Yes, articulate or even let out.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that's the biggest point. Music is my piece, is my
expression,
release and expression.
Yeah.
Yabo? So every single note that I put down or every single beat is an expression of me. Because I have so many songs that I don't release. And people wonder why.
Yes, I was going to ask you. Yeah.
Kanti, for me, it was just because at that time I felt, you know, Uti, maybe I'm a bit upset or whatnot. Let me just express it in this way.
Okay. So like, if that's kind of your primary basis, then how do you sort of curate who you collaborate with per se? Because you've worked with a lot of artists, and even when you're listening to the music, it's like, wait, what? This dude is like huge. It's like, oh, yeah. Produced that, did that. So how do you curate that?
Feeling once again. Yabo? I think it's relatability. Because I want to span our talk like, but the people I work with, bro, it's based. The crazy thing is, you remember I told you that I dream of songs. I can hear that individual in everything.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So even
visualize it prior to actually laying
and I
it
can
down.
hear them, you know? So even if I'm producing, let's say I wasn't sleeping during the day, I can hear that individual for that beat, you know? But more so, there's individuals that I come across. Like, coming back to when I said earlier on, I'm a person who's always for the underdog, right? I'll come across people on social media and I'm like, this person is gifted, but they don't have, they say, social media numbers.
Yeah.
See, those are the people I'm drawn to.
Yeah.
I dislike going to where the crowd goes. So I'll come across somebody who is telling something, a story.
Yeah, and have something unique about
and I relate to that.
Yeah.
So maybe that is my thing of how do I get onto working with somebody. If I say, Lomuta, I can hear, bro, let's say it's not the numbers, I can hear somebody's tone.
Yeah.
That's the voice your mood.
Yeah.
And how they say something.
Yeah, and
you
it
can
touches
hear
your
pain.
soul somewhere.
That's what it is for me.
Okay.
I'm not about no popular or whatnot.
It's not about the status.
You know, because I know how the status is created. I've experienced all of that. You see, it doesn't matter to me. What is that person saying and how can we build on that? For me, as I said, to put it down, I don't think I have a formula or method to the madness on how I work with somebody.
It's a feeling.
You see,
Yeah.
And I always come back to this. mhlawumbe idlozi lami yabo idlozi lami or uNkulunkulu says lo muntu kumele yabo and I also look at myself as a messenger to go tell somebody schemes I think
they say don't go
I'm a
that
tool.
and I guess also that then ties in with you doing law.
Yeah.
So there's also an element of justice. Like, let's
Yes.
do it right and let's not. Okay. So like, how is that any different from then before when you're doing things to appease?
Yeah.
Like, was that based on the status then? Is that how you able to actually define the two?
100%. I think now I'm realizing, like, if this is where my transition from recognizing what's I was doing to appease. Because when you're doing to appease, you don't recognize that you're doing it for that. Because I'm gonna say people will press your buttons because they know that your ego boosts you.
Yeah.
And when you don't realize
So
it,
kind of
people are
like
pressing your
predictable.
buttons. Yeah. So once you go back and you realize, abantu bayangithanda ngempela, or is it more on what I'm giving them?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll tell you the craziest thing. I started backpacking alone. One day I just woke up and I was like, let me go to Germany. And when I booked, I didn't go to a hotel. I went to a hostel because I wanted to see do people actually love me for me or
What I bring to the table. Yeah.
Yeah. And there I got to realize, ngisanayo leyo nto. People actually love me
I'm
for
actually
me.
a cool person, actually.
You
Yeah,
know?
I can be happy in my skin.
Can you imagine the things I was going through mentally? See, everyone here sees me as this guy, but me now, I'm questioning myself. What
and
is
you're
going
going through a lot.
Because
in
I'm
itself.
looking at everyone and I'm like, I'm not saying labantu.
Yeah.
They really for me.
Yes, something ain't right.
And
yeah.
I had to go to another country, right? I was in the hostel, bro, and these girls were like, "Oh, you're such a nice guy," but they weren't saying that to me. It was the actions.
Yeah.
And Gabon was,
How they
ngsawu
interacted with
mina."
you. Like, actually, I am respectable of some sort. I am.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and inzima leyo nto though, because this is where I come back to ukuthi we end up getting so caught in so many things that we lose ourselves. Yabo?
So I guess within that journey, it was actually an element of not necessarily unlearning, but more so you finding yourself.
Learning. Hence it's V who. Who is V now?
No, learn more.
You know?
Okay. Nah, man, I really fuck with that. And so, yeah, tell me about your collaborations, man. Let me hear about the music. Like,
the music is different, boy. The music is, listen, to anyone who's watching this, all I'm gonna say is, ngintswempu mina bafethu, ngiblind, ningangisabisi, you know? Akekho umuntu ongangisabisa mina.
yeah, because here's the thing. You're also nice on the pen too, because like,
Yeah.
you rap, you produce, and you do all that. So like, how do you then navigate writing for someone?
Feeling once again. And it's hard to actually explain.
Yeah.
You know, remember, actually, I think it's easier for me because if I dream of these things, I can hear the person's voice, and I can hear the song. Remember, I told you. And when I say the song, it's the lyrics as well. So I know the song already.
Yes. So that's what I mean. It's like, so what if that other person's like, actually, but I'd rather say something else here.
I don't get in touch with people. Actually, that's happened. Sorry, that's happened whereby umuntu ngizomtshela say, I need you. Let's just do this. And people will start getting, because uve ungibizile, and they start getting ego and think, I need them. Kanti, for me, it's for the song.
So you had a vision, but for them, it builds up into this egotistical.
Because they think I need them. But ukhumbule, from the basic thing, from the beginning, it's been about the song.
Yeah.
It's never been about me needing them.
Yeah.
It's been about the song needing us
Yes,
together.
it's like, yo, I have this canvas, let's paint this.
And I didn't have the canvas. I was just gifted with the honor of being able to present this.
Yeah.
Yabo?
Yeah.
So the thing is, as human beings, we end up putting ourselves in places and saying, this is me, this is me. Instead of just saying, I am a tool.
Yeah.
Yabo? If I know, people will say in a family, I am the husband, I am the wife, I'm this. No, you are part of a family.
You play your own role.
Play your role,
Yeah.
yabo? And for us, the thing is, ukhumbule, some people will experience certain moments or get a certain let's say wokeness in their mind at certain positions in life.
Yes.
Yabo? So mina thola ukuthi the timing is kanje, umuntu is
You
not
probably
there
don't see it. Like, yes, they don't see it. They haven't necessarily experienced it to actually translate what you're saying
yabo leyo nto
at the
le.
time. Yeah.
So I never judge, but I accept.
yeah.
Yabo?
Yeah.
But as long as I present what I do, then off my shoulders and brain.
And you know you're not coming from a horrible place or a malicious place. Yeah.
Ile into ebuhlungu dog, whereby I'd say even for me, you know what used to hurt me a lot is when I see somebody who, let's say, forget about music in a sense, somebody who has so much in them. Empilweni, like I see,
so much
you don't need education, you don't need to go to uni, but I see a leader here.
Yeah, you got it.
But umtangayiboni,
Yeah.
you know,
And they're just blind to it. Yeah.
you know, that's the one thing that I think even now that still gets me, because I'm not actually, I'll own this. I have a gift of seeing people. I think I said it even when we first recorded earlier. I can see someone. You know, like me and you. It's the first time we met in person.
Yeah.
But
Very
I saw
first,
you,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I saw you. Sampe into engnayo, and that always seems to happen to me. Every single individual that I see from afar, it may be months or whatever, and I get in touch with. Through God, something happens in their life. Whether it's a personal thing that they need to grow on, or music, or just more.
Yeah, there's gonna be a transition of something.
And I realized that's why I was there. And I don't mind ukleshe.
Yeah, you were there to be that spark, that inspiration for their lives to apply how they see fit.
Yeah, but inkinga yabantu ukuthi the people like to be in somebody's life and then stay so they can be like, what do you mean?
I was there.
No. Learn to
Play your role.
Yeah.
And to be fair, here's the thing. I feel like even saying play your role may actually be misunderstood to some people. Playing your role comes in the sense of play to your strengths. That's essentially what we're getting at here.
You know what? Let me make it easy for, let's say, people who are listening, because some people may not understand. Look at your moms and look at your dad, or look at your grandfather or your grandmother. When you have those parents, they play the role.
Yeah, they play.
There's no questioning that.
Yeah.
You understand? They don't have options.
Yeah.
They just, and you don't even question them for their decisions. But for somehow, Tina, as a schooler, we start questioning, like, you love your sister or your brother or whatever. And not, even if they do you wrong, there's still that love in you. So why do you question people who are truly for us? Is it because, actually, let me say when they for us, because obviously you never know if they for us. But people who are strangers, who do good to us. Engadingi lutho. But if you were to use the same mentality of, Gogo is not asking anything, Mama has never asked, but I still maintain discipline with them.
Yeah.
Do you see how you're able to be disciplined when it comes to them? You do the same thing to other people.
Yeah, it's not a switch. It's almost basically like exercising unconditional love.
Yeah.
It's like you are who you are today based on what you went through. However, doesn't mean I'm going to treat you as such. And actually it's a funny thing you say that, because it's almost like it ties into something like, well, it's Lent and fasting. And I always remember this verse, not even this verse, I mean the story of Jesus.
Yeah.
It's, do you remember what he said when he was on the cross talking to the two people on the side? Like his words were, he actually prayed for them. He said, forgive them for they don't know what they do.
Abazi Nkabi. Washo Rebecca Malope. What bakulele?
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's something in that, in terms of now translating it to today, and based on what you're saying, it's like, you know what, receive people for who they are.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't mean be naive and get into other things that they do and just appease them. Have your own moral code.
100%.
Have your own nucleus as to, you know, this is, I'm not happy with this. Now I'm going to step away from here. This is not my energy.
Hey, you know when you say nucleus, boy, I know you deep. Yeah, nucleus. I learned that in biology. I let him by your nose.
I know you're
That's
paying
the only
attention.
thing I know. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the conversation we have, you know, especially with you, bro. Like, I know we're doing a part 2 now, but we've had conversation after the first part we recorded, and I'm very attentive. I'm very aware, based on my life experience. I'm very aware, and the things that you say and even how you act. I love mannerisms. People contradict what they say and how they act. Okay. You have just been hamba ngolai.
Oh, really?
You know?
Thanks.
yeah. Like, and it's rare. The thing is, I think it confirms my. I don't like to assume about people, but when I feel that this human being is this special person, you have literally just been that guy. You know, obviously, besides you being taller than me, once again, I'll say it again, but you have just been you, and I appreciate that.
That's a huge compliment, because it's easy to wear a mask, and which is what we're talking about in terms of like what we went through in the past. And I feel like at some point we all wear a mask of some sort, and it's pretty dope. So like another question then, since you didn't fully tell me inspiration, which is the dreams, what's your typical go-to or artist that you listen to on a regular? Because somehow, some way, they live a drop of their inspiration in it. You know what I mean?
Sjava, 100%. And let me say this though. For me now, you know, when it comes to producing, I'm not just a producer. I'm a sound engineer. Every single sound and element matters to me. Every second in the song matters to me. There's a guy called Raf.
Yeah, no.
Raf is the guy who was with MT.
MT.
Shout out to also shout out to MT as well.
Yo, sorry, yeah. Honorable mention. I love his album, his latest album. Well, we're bumping him on the way here.
100% MT. Shout out to that guy. Raf Mfesu. I've never met him, but when I decided to. And I felt like I want to get back into music properly. That's when Raf came out and he was doing so much with Java, and he used to post mixing videos online. That's where I started getting back to the sound that I'm getting into. And I studied Raf.
Okay. So it basically made you think, you know, I need to go back in the gym.
Yes. Yeah. And I learned, like, I listened to Avery. Because Raf mixed all of that. MT is Avery. Even now, Avery is my best album that I listen to. Every day I listen to Avery. You know, when I go to dialysis, the first song is, you know, that's Patena, you know, and I used to speak to Raf as well online. Raf works with one of my brothers who loads script as well. Who's under my label, WAWNRT Media Music, you know, global. But Uraf, the way he mixes, that's how I mix now. It's by ear.
Yeah.
You know, there's something that it's feeling, you know. So I'm going to Raf now. But yeah, Sjava, Raf, highly. Also, I'll say myself. I listen to my own music, bro. I won't lie to you. I mean, I'm very bad with ingoma or people's or songs or names.
Yeah.
But when I hear it, I know. Yabo. All I do is create my own music. You know.
So it's not like you're trying to replicate that sound. However, you do acknowledge when something is dope. It's like, you know what, that's clean. That's I like how that's done.
Because I'm so good at replicating.
Yeah.
I can replicate anything now. So I run away from it.
Yeah. So it's like, but what is your, like, who are you on that? It's like, put your own signature.
Like for me, so Java, Raf, I also come back to, if it wasn't for Proverb, there's a guy called Proverb. I remember, I still have the CDs in my garage in this house. I have CDs from hype sessions. I used to buy from CNA in South Africa. Proverb, Pro Kid.
We just chop a squatter camp as well on the way here.
You know, I still have the covers from hype sessions and all these guys. You know, so for me, the essence of hip hop. I was a poet before I started rapping.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
everything starts with me poetry. So these guys, especially Proverb, man, the way that he flows. Nkosi yami. Yeah, but Talib Kweli as well. Talib
Talib, yeah, he's
Kweli,
nice with the
Talib
pen.
Kweli,
Yeah.
and Mos Def. So that's
Okay.
the school I'm from.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are disciplined with the pen.
And my pops and my father as well. I'll just say my father, because
All right.
I released.
Was he a musician as well?
Yeah, I released my first album when I was 8 years old. It was me and my dad.
Oh, nice.
I was 8 years old. It was a gospel album. You know, so that man taught me music. You understand? He took me to my first studio in Port Elizabeth. I remember, yeah.
Okay.
You know, so
All right. So I didn't know you were actually like you got family ties in terms of the music side of things.
Pues, you know, I'll never put down my parents because they're somebody's children.
Yeah, you said that in part one. Yeah.
Never, no matter what. Because our parents don't tell us what they go through.
Yeah.
We're just observants. And then, obviously, for me, things are different with my experiences with them. But I'll forever respect my pops. I'll forever respect my moms because no one taught them how to be parents.
Yeah.
Especially for kids like us. You know?
Yeah. Because to be fair, like you're just making me think, based on what you're saying, it's like, at what point, at what age do you think you realize, like, you know what, they bleed red just like I do. So even me going through experiences, going through whatever, they probably went through the same thing, but in a different shape or form. It's like the understanding. At what point did that happen, would you say?
I'd say, for me, 2018.
Yeah.
That's probably like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I was more so on like, no, man. These are somebody's kids, you know? Because the thing is, as kids, man, like, I don't want, you see, I don't want to dwell too much or talk about too much of my personal, you know? We'll have that in some other time, in a different country. And it has to be filmed by you. You know? But this is where the transition of me reflecting and saying, I've gone through so much, but I realize that no matter what I achieve, it doesn't hit me as much because it doesn't make sense or I'm not fulfilled. And I realized, what was happening is I wanted validation from my parents.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted validation from my dad. And my pops is a person who's fought for this country that I come from. And he's never had the opportunity to be a leader and fight for the country and love the country, but never had the opportunity to love.
Yes. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. I understand.
And me now,
it's actually a privilege for us to be in that position.
So me now, I'm going around like, yo, pops. It's a malam, like I was like this with him and things happened, but I'm still like, pops, I want to be your best friend.
Yeah.
But this guy has been taught to love the country before his family.
Yeah.
Do you understand how painful that is?
Yeah.
When imagine your son comes to you and says, pops, you haven't told me you love me. The fact even I'm considering that, that means my parents, let me say him, my parents have given me an opportunity to be able to go to schools where I can even think of what.
Yeah, expand your mind and to grow that.
Or even speak English.
Yeah.
Not that English is right, because I'm proud.
Yeah.
But this guy put his whole life to die for the country. At a time, and I'm talking about at a time whereby the whole of Mzansi, we're going through things.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm willing to die for my country. Assumed in Wakela. Because if he dies for the country, he's dying for us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So mina ngiyafika again amesefedling it's time when you've never told me you love me.
Can't you see what I'm doing?
Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this way I'm saying it here. I evaluating it here. There's levels, boy.
Yeah.
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 And hence I say now I look at him and say, he's somebody's child. He'll always be my pops.
Yeah.
But now, I'll be honest to you, I look at him as, like, I just want to cuddle him. You know?
Yeah.
My pops is somebody, I know you're coming back into this. I think you from this footage, you're going to realize. My pops is somebody that I'd say people fear from my evaluation. I mean, I just know my dad. But as I'm growing older and I look at it, I dislike the fact that people fear my dad. And the way he operates as well. My dad is very fearful of love. That's why I think my mom is the only person who could break into him.
Yeah.
You know?
But then again, that's the other side of the generation. It's like for them, arguably, they perceive love as weakness. Because in a sense, you can find that it's going to shape your, like when it's time to do this, if you're too emotionally attached, you might not execute when we need you
100%.
to. And also it's the perspective of, for them, it was survival. For us, we've been
100%.
granted the gift to actually explore living rather than the survival.
Because we have a chance to not worry. Tina, we don't have to worry about surviving. Bona, they had to worry about surviving. You know? Tina, we have to worry about living. But I'm glad that we can even have that chance, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you, man, like, I know for a fact, like, even my cousins have told me, like, my dad sees everything I've done and achieved. And it makes me happy. Like, my mom is always behind me, bro, you know? You see, that woman is amazing. See, both of them together are amazing. But I'll tell you this. I even made a song for my dad and to communicate, and I sent him a song. And I was talking about him and whatever. And I know you got it. Even one time I saw him when I went home in South Africa and he cried. First time I made my dad cry. And I was like, yeah, because they call him Sosha. You know how we put titles on people.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, something just made me click. You remember what I said to you in part 1?
Yeah.
That I was playing character based on.
Yeah.
My dad is called Sosha.
That's somewhat a character of some sort, arguably. And by the way, not saying that in a malicious or any way, but I hear what you mean in terms
My dad
of the
would
label.
not even know what malicious is. He just laugh at you or give you a slap. Also, yeah. But that man taught me, like, when I say uglusa, you know, uglusa uhamba neinkomo. I used to ngisenge inkomo, you know,
Yeah.
like ngihlale nje mafama dog, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I admire that, you know. I know we delve into whatever, but I'll tell you this. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here in this manner. And my mom's as well.
Yeah, shout out to the parents, man. Like, we are where we are because of them. Thank you. Shout out to the parents. But actually, yeah, have you made a song for moms?
Yeah, I've made a couple.
Okay.
This old lady talk. Nja yam pelele. She's my dog, that one. She's my dog, that one. My old lady is my best friend. I've made songs for her. There's 2 songs that I haven't showed her. You know. That's
go on, sorry.
I won't play it for you.
No, not for me. I was gonna ask you, what was her reaction when she heard the first one?
She cried. Yeah, she cried. Like, I mean, I do big things. Like, for instance, I'll book like a big hall, like in the biggest town ever, and I'll bring people there and say, this is, you know. Uma, the first time I did the song for her, I think it was 2009. Yeah. That's when I was still signing.
Yeah.
You know. Umxhosa kaloku. Yeah, Xhosa. You know, they think they are smart. So, by the way, guys, Subs is still in the area.
Yeah, no, it sounds a lot. I mean, it's a studio session, so I am interrupting.
And they're very talkative. And she just said, "Mntanam ndiyabulela," you know. But then off whatever, she was crying, you know. But for me, it was more, and sorry to take it away from me, from her, but it was, I was just telling her that I appreciate you because Umama, I had not lived with her for a long time, you know, but coming to the UK and chilling with her, and then we got to know each other. Like, I'll tell you, when I got to the UK, I think within a month I moved across the road from her. I couldn't stay with her. I had my own place because in South Africa I was so used to being my own.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
One day I'll play it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm assuming that was also a version of that survival instinct of I gotta control almost everything within my reach. Yeah.
Everything. And I'll tell you, bro, that's why I smile every time, man. Like, you know what I fear, bro? I'll tell you, Mina, there's only one friend of mine who has seen me in an extreme where I felt like I was back in SA. His name is, okay, I won't mention him, but he knows.
Yeah.
Whenever people start on me or whatever, I try to calm things down. I'll be the dumbest person in the world.
Yeah.
Because mina ngikwazi ukuba media.
Yeah.
Because of ubuye inteni ngazi abantu bayangazi. Do they really know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen what I've seen. So yeah.
And I don't blame that. Ukuthi inhlonipho goes a long time.
Yeah.
Yabo.
It's a lot better than
when I continue writing calm mfethu mnganami yo umuntu akusukeli engazuthi vele kubuye even those things where I say even with the parents and whatnot and you start feeling like all those, so umuntu will end up doing something to somebody kanti it's the other stuff. It's not there.
Yeah, they're even blind to it themselves.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm learning now. As I'm learning myself, I'm learning to learn me. Yeah, bro. And yakumula, when I told you even earlier on when we were speaking, izinto that happened to me, I was numb to certain things. It's dangerous at the same time. You may say it's good, yeah, you evolve on whatever, but sometimes you need to evolve something was okay, when this happens, I know my limit.
Yeah, and you know how to navigate that.
Yabo. Kanti mina ngizovele ngisuke lana ngifuna ukwenza into enkulu.
Yeah. Fuck everything, spend this motherfucker down.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm always like sambe kanje.
Yeah,
I'd rather just
this
move
way is
away.
better. Like let me
Let
me choose my piece. That's to layman's terms. Yeah.
You know, so but as I said, I'm learning me.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
Yeah, it must be challenging when it comes to the music. Then
that's why music gives me this too.
Yeah, it gives you that, but it also means you have to interact with other humans. Whereby I guess those so-called lessons are going to be tested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So this has been a dope part 2.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hold everyone up. So to be continued at some point.
Definitely to be continued.
Yeah, that was,
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you too, man. And if you tuned in thus far, salute you. Peace, love, and wisdom upon thee. Thank you for tuning in. And V, music, we go.
You have a lot of things to achieve, Doc, yes?
Yeah, man.
You have a lot of things
Likewise.